Okay, so here we see this one. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, right? But just because it's bigger doesn't mean that it's more difficult. So right off the bat here, we'll start by distributing. I'm going to distribute this. Remember, it's a -6, not just a 6 right here. So that's -6 times 9x's, which would be -54x's. Then I also have -6 times 4, which is -24. Okay, so that's the first distribution. I also see this other set of parentheses. So I need to distribute the 18 into the second set of parentheses. I would show this as 18 times -1x, because I like to see that phantom 1. That would give us -18x's. But also we have 18 times -1, which is -18. Okay, so the rest of it just drops. We do have the 14x, the equal sign, and then the plus 2x, positive 2x. Okay, so both sides had some distribution, which we did. That wasn't too bad. But now we see on both sides there are also like terms to combine. They just happen to be x terms, both of them. So right here for my x terms, I've got to take 14 and subtract 54. That's going to result in -40x's. Okay, now for the left side, there's nothing to do with the -24, so it just drops. Right, we didn't combine it with any other constants there. On the right side, though, I have -18x's plus the 2x's, and -18 plus 2 is -16x's. And then, yep, the -18, it just drops. Okay, so this is my new equation after distribution and combining like terms. That's as simplified as I can make it right now. But now that we have completed both of those, we're ready to use principles of equality. So once again, I'm going to show that I would like for the x's to be on the left, and then I'll put all of the numbers or constants on the right. So just like we hopefully we're getting a little used to, I'm going to scan this. I've got the -40x. It's an x term, so that's okay. It's on the side that I want it on. The -24 though, it's not an x term, so I need to zero that out by adding 24. But yes, if I do it to one side, I must do it to the other side as well. So that will zero that out. I can drop the -40x, which now equals, I'll drop the -16x as well. And -18 plus 24 ends up being +6. So again, it's just simplified. It's a much smaller equation now, and we can make it even smaller because in scanning this, we see, and so I'm going to use a principle of equality here. I got this -16x. It's on the number side of things. That's no good. I need it to be on the x side of things. So I'm gonna have to get rid of it, which means I'm gonna have to zero it out. So I'm gonna add 16x to both sides. Okay, so on the left I've got -40x's plus 16x's, which ends up being -24x's. The -16x's plus 16x's, that zeroes out, and then the 6, which is positive, it just drops. So I think I have enough space here, but one final principle of equality will do it in order to force the coefficient of x to become 1, which is what we do want. So that -24, I'm going to divide it by itself, by -24. That will become a 1, but if I do it to one side, I need to do it the other side as well. Okay, so I got 6 divided by -24, and my calculator shows -0.25, which if you push math to enter, it'll give you the fraction as -1/4. Now, -0.25 isn't too bad. So right now when I go and check, there's a few x's I've got to replace, right? So I've got this first one, -0.25. This one as well, -0.25. And that would be the left side, but on the right side, we also have this one, -0.25. And then this one also, -0.25. Now, the thing that you'll have to be careful with is in checking right here. This is a negative, and then you got the parentheses negative. That's okay. The calculator knows exactly how to do that. So I got -0.25 as my x's. Let's go and type this in. I got 14 times -0.25 minus 6 parentheses, 9 times -0.25 plus 4, close parentheses. I push enter, and on the left side, I got -14. Okay, now the right side, right? So I got 18 parentheses, negative, And then I type in the parentheses negative 0.25 minus 1, close parentheses, plus 2 times negative 0.25. Enter. And I also get negative 14 on the right side. So just right here when we just checked, we found that it was true. So now I know for sure, and either one of these would work as the solution to this equation.